Hey, it's Mike. I thought I'd give a little demonstration today of taking something that maybe isn't quite exactly like you want it to be, making some little tweaks and making it just like you want it. So I have with me some products from Wyrmwood Gaming. They make some really fabulous whole wood, leather, really great craftsmanship accessories for gaming. Everything from a miniature box to dice tray, as well as new product they have coming very soon is a GM screen. Now they have a GM screen available for pre-order at Gen Con prior to doing a Kickstarter at some point later this year, and I wanted to get a chance to play with this a little bit. And when I got it, there's a little bit of issue with it, and so what I'm going to do is show you some of the work that I did to make it a little bit better, make it just right, using just a little bit of skill to make it a little bit more perfect. Alright, so each panel of the Wyrmwood GM screen here has a plexiglass insert that you can actually swap pieces in and out and put sheets of paper in between the plexiglass. And the way you change it is you push the plexiglass towards one direction of the frame. There's little springs that allow it to stay in place. You push against the springs and the plexiglass comes out. You can change your paper in between. Take the plexiglass, everything lined back up, put it back in. Right here is where you can see there's springs here in the bottom of this frame that you use to hold everything in place. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in there just so you can see how it goes back in. It's going to be kind of tricky to get the plexiglass right lined up, but a little bit of effort. Slides in, it's all set. You hear a little bit of wiggle, but not too much, and it holds it really well in place. And I'll show the whole thing here together when I get all done. Now, one of the pieces that came with my set has the plexiglass and everything in here, but it actually is a really tight fit. If you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see here on the camera, on the video, but you can not quite make it out across the edges. In fact, you can even see where some of the wood has actually been ground away. Now, one side is loose, and so I actually made it a little bit looser before a con recently, enough to get these sheets in here, but I was in a hurry, so I didn't quite get it exactly like I want. So I'm going to do a little bit of tweaking now to try to get it a little bit better. So very carefully slide it back out. Without damaging the wood too much, hopefully. Got one panel out. And got the other one out. Now I noticed when I first got this apart that one of these edges up here were a little bit not quite even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of sandpaper, or sorry, sanding block, and try to fix that a little bit with a little bit of sanding. So let's see what we can do here. I want to make sure that I just get the very top is all. I don't want to get the edges because I don't want to mess with the clearness of the plexiglass, because it really is very close to fitting, just doesn't quite fit exactly. And actually, as I run my finger along this edge, I feel a little bit of roughness there too. I'm going to adjust that a little bit. It really isn't going to take very much. Smooth it out here, get some of the plexiglass dust off. There, it feels much more smooth now. Feel the other side here. Also smooth, good. Let's take a look at the other one. Again, I can feel this little bit of a rough edge along here, so I'm going to sand that a little bit. There, much smoother now. There's a little bit of a lip on this end, so I'm going to adjust a little bit. There, that feels really good. Let's check the other side. Again, I can feel a little bit of a roughness, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit off here. Don't mind the cats. go. Feels pretty good. So now I'm going to take my pieces, see if it fits a little bit better now. Line up with the springs, push against the springs. Still a little bit tight. I'm going to sand a little bit more. I'm going to pause it here and we'll come back to it once I get it to fit. So I've sanded a little bit more off of each edge on the ends here to try to make a little bit better fit. It's still kind of tight, but you definitely don't want it too loose. So I think I've got it right where I want it now. Put it back in here. There we go. So here is the GM screen all assembled. Now I have 2 panels here that are the same. They have pieces that come in and out just like I showed you that I adjusted here a minute ago. But I did also get a center piece here that is a little bit different, that I can actually rotate the center screen. So I can put something on a screen on my side, rotate it around, and surprise, there's something there. One of the things that's kind of nice about this screen is that you can actually rotate. So let's say that I want to adjust here. These little magnets help keep everything in place. I can attach like that, and it all goes into place. And so with a little bit of tweaking there, I made the panels fit a little bit more snugly and more easily be swappable. And so I'm looking forward to playing with this next time I GM, which actually is coming this Sunday. Not for this scenario, for Pathfinder Society, but actually something different. So anyway, there it is, putting together some handy work at play to try to make the things that you've bought just a little bit better.